Welcome to Geek Nerd Tech on Black Hollywood Live. Today, Zuck is tone deaf, the Russians are at it again, and Apple's about to get in the TV. Let's go.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live's Geek Nerd Tech.
You know?
Watch it.
Gangsta no live in a tenement yard. Good boy no live in a tenement yard. Too much watch it.
Yeah. Welcome. I thought that was gonna drop.
Influence a lot of what we do.
What is this version? Welcome to Geek Nerd Tech, man. Show we break down tech news and nerd culture from a black and brown geek perspective. I'm Joe Braswell, joined as always by my man Akili Shine.
Yes, sir,
What's
man.
happening? Oh, this is the video. Oh, this is the full video version.
Yeah, the whole doc.
This is Jay-Z and
Damian Marley,
baby. What's
Bam.
it? Bam.
Whoa.
Hey.
That shit bang.
I gotta tell you, man, 444 gets better and better with every listen. I finally even talked to you about this. I've been with you the last week and a half. I didn't even tell you this. I finally heard the back half. I finally heard the full
the interview?
Rap Radar interview.
Oh,
yeah,
word.
It was fantastic.
Man, it was great. Bars, gems.
Yeah,
all
like
sorts.
we're talking about the Rap Radar podcast, which is now pretty much exclusively on Tidal. Used to be out there, but I think it's a Tidal thing exclusively now. Did I don't know, this is about a month and a half ago, did a full 2-hour sit down with Jay-Z, two-part. And it was all,
incredible.
It was warts and all
Very
things,
transparent.
answered every question.
Yeah.
Right? Super
I
transparent.
mean, pretty much, like, just showing a different side of Jay-Z you've never seen, like, really getting his ambitions and motivations, and just seeing, I mean, a great assessment of kind of like how he's evolved as an artist and as a man. I think it was just great just to hear him talk about things that, are timely and, yeah, just really important.
Yeah, and one of the things so the point of that is after that, I had to go back and just really go. I've been back on 444 again, deconstructing, reading lyrics, going back, and it's a masterpiece. I think it is record of the year so far. I mean, it definitely should be nominated album of the year. There's a lot of albums out there. I don't think a hip hop record has won Stone Cold album of the year ever, has
That's
it?
not true. Outkast, baby. Come on now. Come on, bruh.
Which one? Oh, the last one, the big one,
Yes.
with Mix Jackson and
Yes.
stuff on there.
Yes.
What's it called? American flag on it.
Shit.
Anyway,
But yeah, that's
that one, the album of the year.
Yes, brother.
Like Stone Cold album, of the year, not best hip hop.
Album of the year, brother.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, man.
This has got to get it.
Huh?
This has got to get it. Bay didn't get it last year. She should have. No offense to you, Adele.
Right.
But I felt like Bay should have got it. Hopefully Jay gets it. What's the album called, Marissa? That's it right there. No, that was it. Yeah, Stankonia.
That's right.
Yeah. Say it again, Marissa.
Stankonia.
There you go.
Obviously, I listen to this type of music.
Yes. Album of the year. Wow, that's dope. Anyway, so yeah, Jay-Z, man, like you should.
Actually, it's inaccurate. It was Speaker Box and a lot below that one.
Oh, Speaker. Okay. Oh, that's the one with. You're right. Speaker Box level. That's the one with that. Hey ya.
Yeah.
And I like the way you move. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And I don't think I ever really listened to that Big Boy side of that record.
Oh, really?
I don't think I ever did.
Well, that one song alone was just a smasher.
That was a smasher. But what about the rest of the album?
True.
Can you vouch for the rest of the album?
I could vouch for it at the time. Yeah.
Do I need to go back and listen?
I have to go back and listen. I can't like retrieve most of the records on that album.
What's my man's name? Doodoo Brown?
Yeah.
Stinky Brown? What's his name?
Man, come on, dog.
No, what's his name?
Doodoo Brown, Stinky Brown, Brown Sutton, Smelly Sutton.
I forget. It was something anyway.
Oh my
He
gosh.
had the Isaac Hayes kind of vibe.
That's pretty fun. Sleepy Brown.
Sleepy Brown.
Oh my gosh.
I said Doodoo Brown. You're like, yeah, Doodoo Brown.
Anywho, I get what you're saying though.
We are digressing.
I believe that the whole album should definitely be a contender for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, back into our tech world. Let's get on track here today. It's a long digression.
Doodoo Brown.
Long digression. So the Washington Post has a story about this week about Google. Google's actually doing really kind of, deciding to do their own investigation, their own real deep internal investigation into this whole Russian thing. And basically, Google's finding out that that the Russians were in on all over Google Ads, all up in YouTube and Gmail, and like they were like all like Google basically did a scan and try to figure out an investigation of what was going on with all their specific platforms. As we talked about, they are vast and have a lot of reach. Gmail, YouTube, and Google search engine and Google Ads. And turns out Russia was in there.
Man, Russia has been in there the whole time, man, and like. I mean, obviously, the sirens, were heard months before, the story broke, in I guess last month. But man, like the fact that the high level of this campaign, of this attack, like just in terms of the strategy and what they were able to do with such a minimal amount of resources, just the spread of these attacks and just the influence of these attacks, like it just shows a lot. And I mean, I think it's great that we're able to now kind of like go in and look at the damage that was done and how they actually did it, so that we can prevent it for the next election. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good too. I feel like that Google and Facebook are really trying to get their shit together, for 18 and for.
They have to.
20. I mean, the stakes are extremely high, not only for them as platforms and companies, but just for the world.
Exactly.
They don't
want to lose their credibility too.
No.
I mean. That's everything.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of credibility and Facebook,
don't do it.
Your boy
don't do it.
Zuck is at it again.
Will you stop, bro?
Your boy Zuck is at it again, man.
When you get this Facebook show and he's offering you $1 million episode, you ain't gonna be saying that.
I will tell him, Zuck. First of all, get rid of the gray shirt, bro. You have another shirt in gray. Second of all, like. I mean, so he's already so Zuck's been already under fire for just being just being generally tone deaf. He went on his
he's not the most empathetic person.
He went on his tour of America earlier, where he was like, people say he's preparing for his run for president, which is ridiculous, but he's going out and looking at Buffalo, and he's stopping in truck stops, texting things like, there are these things called truck stops where truckers just come and eat. This is amazing out here in the world. And he got a bunch of shit for that. Well, now they have this new VR situation. Obviously, they got the Oculus Rift. He was testing out the thing on Facebook Live, some of the Oculus stuff where it allows you to go in different places. He, as an avatar of Zuckerberg, teleported himself into Puerto Rico, into the ravished flood soaked Puerto Rico, and he's in it, and he's got his Zuckerberg cartoon avatar, and he's like, wow, this feels like you're really in it. I really feel like it just feels crazy in here. Like, it feels like you're in the middle of it. Oh, well, what do you want to teleport next? Let's go back to California. Let's go, whoop. First of all, he's a cartoon. It's just off. And what do you say about that?
I mean, I agree. It's definitely off. It was tone deaf. But to his defense, like Facebook as a company is doing a lot for rebuilding the infrastructure in Puerto Rico, just providing balloons for, giving them connecting them back to the grid in terms of giving them internet access, and just what they're doing to help facilitate the rebuild of that country and that island. So I get that it was kind of insensitive and it wasn't maybe well thought out as it should have been, but I mean it's trying to use the technology as a way to kind of educate people and just get the information out there. Like this is what it looks like. This is what happened because of this storm. Like, and so the cross play between the animation. And the reality of what's happening in that country, it just didn't work, and so I felt like it wasn't sensitive, and it kind of like rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah, it was.
But I think it was with good intent, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, hey man, I get he's trying.
He's trying. Yeah, I mean he's doing more than your boy Trump.
Yeah, my boy Trump. Yeah, no man, Trump was out to hit a mean paper towel game. Get the paper towels out to the people.
My man had the illest jump shot,
and then got out. Like, all right, we good? All right, I'm out of here.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
that's insensitive.
That's tone deaf. The paper towels. Those people like, I'm drowning. I can't have no food. Here's a paper towel for you,
man.
Anyway, I mean the optics of that is
just.
I mean, who thought that was a good idea?
I cringed when I watched that.
The optics are so terrible. Anyway, all right. YouTube. Speaking of fake news and Google, YouTube is actually cracking down on some of their fake news situation post Las Vegas. And the very, very tragic situation that happened in Las Vegas with like 58 people, losing their lives. 59.
Yeah.
Excuse me, losing their lives and over 500 being injured. Of course, there's been all kinds of efforts to politicize this, in a lot of ways. But what's happening, as you see, is there's a lot of fake news out there. People really trying to get the fake news out there. And usually that fake news has to do with something, some component of, this was some liberal false flag operation, like Alex Jones is saying. I saw something about the Black Panthers were behind it. I saw something with a black lady loading a gun for the guy. I saw some story about the lady went up to some country music like, all you white people are gonna die. Like, really trying hard to, like, make this into some racial liberal thing. So what happened is YouTube's cracking down on that stuff because BuzzFeed and others are reporting that, when you Google the shooter's name, when you Google Stephen Paddock's name, it returned a bunch of videos from unvetted sources, like just videos pop up, like just, like some stuff I was talking about. So YouTube is really trying to crack down on this because this is exactly the kind of shit that got Trump elected and not what the Russians were responsible for. Yeah.
I mean, it's playing on people's emotions. And so, I mean, you got to think a platform this big, 1.5 billion people. I mean, it's the largest platform for consuming videos in the world. So they have to have their shit on lock. It has to be right, like, because this is how people do get their information. And so they're arguing that they're going to change their algorithm. There's an algorithm issue, and that they're going to, I guess redesign that so that it actually is more accurate when you type in something. I mean, but still, like, the person that's uninformed, the person that doesn't necessarily have that much education and literally is programmed by what they see, like, they type in that and they see some crazy stuff associated with that, they're going to think, oh, this is real. Yeah. Like, this is all bad.
And not only that, it's just what Trump and the Trump administration are doing, like, from their own mouths and discrediting our most, like, credible and storied organizations, the New York Times as fake news and failing, the Washington Post as biased and swamp fake news,
the NFL
as fake. But like, so when you tell your followers that the New York Times and the Washington Post are fake and CNN and NBC, not even MSNBC, NBC, NBC is fake. George Stephanopoulos at ABC's a little whatever he is. All that we told us, they're like, well, I can't get it from those sources, so I can go from Fox and whatever Facebook is feeding me. That must be the real truth. So when that stuff pops up as the real truth,
they believe it.
They believe it because everything else is fake.
Yeah, it falls into that narrative.
That's the Insidious part of it. So I'm glad that. So the only real thing is just remove all that stuff and get to some real information out here. This disinformation is like propaganda junk. Is crazy.
Yeah, and it's the responsibility of the YouTubes, the Googles, the Twitters, and Facebooks to make sure that those algorithms are set up properly.
Yeah, it's just something else. Anyway. This is a sad day for you, Achilles Shine. Because
will you get out of here with this nonsense?
It's a sad day.
Nonsense, my man.
Because Microsoft, Microsoft made official that the Windows operating system, the Windows 10 for the cell phone is dead. They're giving up. They're giving up on their cell phone game, and they really pumped it up. Windows 10 Mobile, they had all this stuff going on, but they realized that, you know what, we just can't compete. And we're getting out the game. Too soon? Should they give another shot?
No. I think that it always rotates back, man. It always comes back around. So I think that they were maybe ahead of the curve in some things, and other things they were behind. But I feel like Microsoft as a company, it'll come back around to them where they have the limelight, they have the shine, and they're developing a technology that the world is going to appreciate. In terms of the Windows Phone, I never liked it. Never thought it would go that far, but hey, I mean, for some people, it was a great alternative than iPhone or than Android device. So
I agree, but I also think that like Microsoft is very sneakily. Like their tablet game is kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Surface is killing.
The Surface is really killing. They got a good marketing campaign
for
it.
The iPad Pro is not killing the Surface.
No,
it's not.
The Surface is actually a good product. I think it's got good penetration in terms of like in the cultural zeitgeist. All the NFL uses it.
Exactly.
All the NFL, the Fox, all the stations around it use it now. I checked it out. It's actually a pretty good product.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Who knows?
That's what that point was. Is like don't count Microsoft out. Yeah, they don't have the shiny phone. They don't have the crazy keynote addresses that Apple has, but they have some great products.
That's great products, but can they get the culture behind them? Because Microsoft, first of all, Microsoft's not a hardware company, not known as a hardware company, never have been. So, but now they got the money to do anything they want. Can they make a real push?
I mean, you got to think though, like. they are still in most of the world's businesses.
Yeah.
Microsoft is. It's not Apple. Most of the world's businesses still use Microsoft.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
Like most of the world uses Microsoft Outlook, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And Microsoft Word, Outlook, and Excel.
Exactly.
Not everybody pushing no numbers around.
Right.
You know, so I guess it's a good point. It's a good point. So they take an L in the phone game, but they're still around. They're still Microsoft. I'll concede to that for sure. All right. The Apple is finally, there's been the grumblings of Apple trying to make their moves in the original content. We don't know what that looks like yet. Is that's going to be fed to us on our computers and phones through iTunes? Is that's going to be a new OTT channel? Are they going to put up the iPhone TV? Are they going to convert Apple TV into some sort of thing that we can get our stuff exclusively from? But what we do know is they hired a couple of big execs from Sony. They hired Jamie Arlek and Zach Von Emberg, who used to run Sony Pictures, just to hire them, so you can only assume that they're there for a reason. And now it's out that those two people are running the Apple original programming situation, and their first big hire was Steven Spielberg.
Man, he's huge.
He's bringing back Amazing Stories, which was a anthology series. I think it was on CBS back in the day. It was NBC. Amazing Stories on NBC back in the day, kind of a Twilight Zone, anthology series. It kind of failed a little bit, but it was a great idea.
Well, it won Emmys. Let's get that straight. Let's get the
record
straight.
It did win Emmys, but
it didn't have the longevity.
Yeah, I think it only went one season or season.
It was NBC.
Yeah, and so I remember it vividly. I remember everything about it, but he's bringing it back. So
I think it's great
to Apple, and I think it could be good.
Two things. One, have you seen the Spielberg documentary on HBO?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal.
Is it out now?
Yes.
Is it new?
Yes, it's phenomenal. Oh my God, it's phenomenal.
Oh wow, I'm tripping.
As a filmmaker, producer, director, writer, it's something.
Spielberg's my guy.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, we got to talk about that offline. Right. That's the first thing. So the fact that he's going to team up with Apple to start developing stuff, I think that is incredible. That's an incredible, groundbreaking story right there. Like, I don't know what the play is for Apple. Like how. I mean, obviously it has to be more than the Apple Music play.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. I don't know how they're going to deliver it to us. I don't know how it's going to be branded. But the fact that they're starting to kind of get their chess pieces lined up, like this is a huge chess piece. Steven Spielberg, Apple connection, that's huge.
Yeah. I agree. I'm blown away. Like I'm blown away that I missed this HBO produced documentary on Steven Spielberg.
Bro, it's incredible. Like I had to rewind it. Like bars, he's just dropping bars.
Yeah, well, he's Spielberg. Yeah. What about just real quickly on a sidebar? What about have you peeped out the Clive Davis one on iTunes on Apple Music?
I haven't. No,
okay.
I have not.
The Apple's running one on Clive Davis that is a killer.
Dope.
I know you watched the Diddy one twice, but
actually, I went to go look for it. I couldn't find it. They had taken it down. Yeah,
they took it down.
Or it was I would search for it, and I don't know if it was based on, I don't know what it was, but I couldn't access it.
Maybe it was a window. Maybe it's some revolt now.
Maybe. Why you say that with so much disrespect? That is so disrespectful. Shout out to Diddy though. I support you, brother. Maybe Joe don't.
Anyway, I got shamed in
whatever.
I'm on some Ciroc now. I mean, Jay-Z shamed me into drinking Ciroc now, so I'm back on it. All right, but good for Spielberg. good for Spielberg. But anyway, I'm to that point. I'm very, very, very excited about that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Twitter is, we talk about Twitter all the time. There was talk about Twitter losing its relevancy, and will Twitter be a thing in 5 years from now? Will people be like, when talking about the Donald Trump presidencies, will our kids be like, what was Twitter? What was Twitter, Dad? Like, what's Twitter? But Twitter seems to be doing these little incremental moves. They got more and more shows and more things that are happening in their feed that are live. They have the NFL popping off, and now they got this little thing called Happening Now, which is to showcase tweets about events and really starting with sports.
Right.
Because as we know, Twitter is a place where you have real-time conversations about live events, and nothing's killing more than sports. Beyond that, it's like award shows, Oscars, and whatnot. And
beyond that is like
TV
war,
shows,
famine, catastrophes.
Exactly,
right.
There's that too. But all the TV shows, Live Tweet, Insecure, all those stuff. So like to be able to have this from a news, political, pop culture, and sports standpoint is like that's a way to drive the conversation. It's very smart.
Absolutely. I mean, they already had the moments built in, which was more
Right.
like a general way to access the information or find
Right.
it. But now, like they're able to now give more of a micro look at some of the topical things that are happening in the world. I like it. I think it keeps you on the platform. It gets you the information faster, and it helps to create the conversation. We talked about, I think, a week or two ago about them expanding it from 140 characters to 280. So
Yeah.
the conversations are going to be longer. All that is good. All those are good plays. Now, how that translates to them making money, who knows?
Right.
I don't know how they're going to solve that.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that all this is just sort of getting. I mean, they're a really good job of like making Twitter a place. Just like we talk about the ecosystem, but making Twitter a place that drives the cultural conversation and cultural zeitgeist. And I guess the only way it always sort of comes back down to ad dollars and eyeballs.
That's right.
How they translate that, that's their job, not ours. But I like the idea. Of,
Yeah.
I like what they're doing.
Exactly.
Another sad day for you, Akili.
It is. No, you're right about this one. You're absolutely right.
AOL Instant Messenger is over.
Man, that's terrible
They
news,
shut it
man.
down. Like, goodbye. Like, they said it's over. Like, I stole that joke from Michael Che. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's over for them. So I don't know, man. Like, but what's funny is, as with everything, the internet is all over it with all kinds of memes and GIFs and all kinds of really, really funny stuff on it. You can check them all out. But I mean, what strikes me about this is not just from a technology standpoint, but just culturally, like how AOL. I'm talking about from You Got Mail, the movie that's like a movie that's like almost 20 years old. You got mail.
It was a part of the lexicon, like how Netflix is, like
Right.
how Netflix and chill is,
That's
or
right.
binge watching
That's
is.
right.
Like that. This was that.
Yeah, and the
back
little,
then.
the little yellow homie right there, like where's he gonna
Iconic,
go?
exactly.
So
I mean, it turned the page. It turned the page of how we communicated. Like you would look forward to getting the message.
Yeah.
Or talking to your chick.
Yeah.
Just hit me on the messenger.
exactly. But even like the iconic little sound, the alerts, the
Exactly.
sound effects or stuff. You like, it sets off this sort of like dopamine release when you're like,
Yeah.
bling,
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay.
Now it's been replaced by other messaging services, the Facebook Messenger, and obviously, your texting.
Right.
But this was the OG. It was great.
Hey, OG, man, you still got to give props to the OG. Even though it's retiring, doesn't mean that we'll forget it in our cultural look back. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if you'll see, like in 10 years from now, even now, like people starting to sort of retroactively try to recreate those sounds and the goodbye. And I wonder if you'll see that stuff come back as like
Everything
a part of
always
your
comes
phone.
back, man.
You
It
know,
always
like-
comes back.
Like, guys will ironically be walking around talking about, you've got mail. Like, remember those days, son? Like, so,
man.
I see hipsters right now walking around with the AOL guy and a T-shirt. Like,
You got mail.
there you go.
Wow. Marissa, that was great.
There you go, Marissa.
That was great.
So, yeah. So that's what I got. What else we got here? Oh, Discovery. That's right. Discovery Channel and Google are launching this multi-part viral
Traveler, baby. I love this.
around the world called Traveler.
Yeah, baby.
It's now people have always, not always, but people are still just trying to crack the code on what the VR series looks like, what a VR filmmaking looks like, what a VR television show looks like. It's a kind of a no-brainer that you just get to the Discovery Channel or the BBC, but the Discovery Channel and Google to just lock them in a room and figure out how to do something. And it looks like they kind of have.
I love it. I love this. I mean, especially, for a number of reasons. One is like you're making the world smaller. You're giving people access to the world in a way that they never have had before. Like you could literally go to Mount Everest. You could literally go to the Sahara Desert. You could literally go to wherever and have this visceral experience in your living room.
Right.
You know what I mean? The fact that the technology has gotten to that point where literally I can 360 degrees look at a place that would take probably thousands of dollars to get to and a lot of human resources to be able to get to. Now I'm able to have that experience not only for myself but for my family.
Right.
That is dope.
That is dope. Is that enough? I mean, like how you tell the stories. I mean, so much about the thing about what makes VR so difficult. 360 VR is you have to be able to direct the viewer or what you want them to see to tell your story. Even in a documentary, you want to be able to say, "Look at the spotted owl in the corner." But is it like look behind. I mean, you can't even say, I mean, how does this work?
It's like it's Easter eggs. It's like you find it yourself.
Right.
Like maybe you walk over and you see something. It's more discovery. It's more like versus them kind of like pointing.
Is there a VR narrator like you're in the Sahara? If you look to your right.
It would have to be. It would have to be. Yeah.
It's great. It reminds me of this reminds me of this. I'm really dating myself now because I don't think it exists. I kind of know it doesn't exist. But back in the day at Disneyland had this attraction called Circle Vision 360.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
You have it?
I'm playing.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm old.
That had to be in the.
No, but Circle Vision 360 was a thing. It was a film technology, and you'd walk in this room, and it was like never no line because it was boring as hell. But you walk in there, my mom would always drag me in there.
You pulling it up, Marissa?
Circle Vision 360, and you would go. Yeah, screens all around you. And you walk in this room, and it was like one connected screen. It's basically the same technology, but there was no VR. So they would lace all these things around you. It was actually way ahead of its time technology-wise. And you would go in there, and they would take you on these incredible, like, immersive voyages. Yeah. And you would go in there, and like you would kind of get sick in there because the camera would tilt, and the whole room would sort of tilt with you. And it was... I never, ever stopped. That's it, right there, Circle Vision 360. Now, sometimes they have repeating images, but most of the time they would have... the thing, it's the same technology. So now, that thing was amazing. That's now been replaced by, I think, soaring over California or something. But the point that I'm making is that was always super, super incredible and immersive way. And I always thought that was my favorite thing. So the idea of doing the virtual reality where I can walk around and do that same thing, and then but look wherever I want to at any given time is something I've been waiting for years.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah. Circle Vision 360, kids.
Traveler, baby.
Yeah. Marissa, did you know about that?
I've heard about it.
Marissa, stop lying.
I was gonna say you were.
I'm playing.
Okay. Because I don't know if you were born yet when that technology was around.
I've heard about it.
I saw that. I can't.
All right. So, and it came from, and that just a little different. That technology came from Cinescope, which was here in Hollywood at the ArcLight with the 3 projectors. It was Cinescope 3, I wasn't 360, 180. And then they did a 360 version of that at Disneyland. Anyway, multiple projectors. I digress. Thank you. Your boy Reed Hastings, speaking of rich people, your boy Reed Hastings decides, this picture is killing me too. Reed Hastings decides, man, Netflix, y'all been making this, get Netflix for, $7.99, then $9.99. I'm spending billions on content. I gotta hike these prices up to $10.99. And that picture's like, hey, what do you want from me, Keely? What do you want? I'm rich.
It's just $1 extra.
Hey,
it's just $1.
I'm Reed. So yeah, I don't know.
Hey, bro, this is phenomenal, man. The amount of cash that they're just stealing from us. You're talking about 53 million subscribers just domestically, times $11. That's $530+ million a month.
Right,
my man.
Right.
Half $1 billion a month.
Yeah.
That's just domestic. Let's not count international subscribers. These cats is making money.
That was always the plan. I think that 2 years ago when they announced we're going to spend X amount of billion on original programming, and then in 2017 we're going to spend X amount of billion on original programming. You knew it was coming. Like what he didn't announce is, oh, by the way, I'm raising the prices.
Right.
$1 a year.
My goodness.
To pay for it, and it will more than pay for it because as their subs grow. And they raise their price as their subs grow. That's like tripling their money.
Exactly.
So good for them. It's a smart business move.
53 million a month by raising it $1.
No one's going to leave in protest.
Right.
This is the opposite of like the ESPN, who you out there who don't watch sports at all. Marissa, do you watch sports?
I do. I watch basketball.
Let's go.
But people out there who don't watch sports at all are paying that $7 a month for ESPN. ESPN just got fat on that for 15, 20 years.
Exactly.
Off that $7 a month for people who aren't paying it. Now, moving forward, people can select and choose where they want to pay it.
Right, and pay more.
ESPN is in trouble. But my point is the overflow is going to guys like Reed. Hey! They're going like guys like Reed is going to make all that money. So good for him.
Man, I'm good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And also, our other friends, like your favorite channel, CBS All Access, they'll be getting your money too.
Get out of here. You won't be getting any of my money.
You get your $5.99.
No,
my price is going to go up.
No, thank you.
So there's plenty to choose from.
Speaking of which, are you caught up with that? I mean, I haven't seen past the first episode.
I've
Star
seen
Trek
the
Discovery.
first 2. I still got the second and the third. The third, I'm not sure the fourth is dropped yet.
Okay.
But I need to get caught up on that because I do love it, and I will certainly get caught up
for sure.
But yeah, a lots of services. CBS All Access. You got the Disney Marvel one coming. You've got everyone is like doing their own thing, and we're gonna have a really interesting landscape when you fire up your Apple TV and you can just pick and choose what you want.
Hey,
I mean, it'll still. If you subscribe to everything, you'll still be
paying around the same amount.
Paying the same amount minus internet. So I don't know. We'll see.
But at least you have the choice. It's not forced upon you. So
speaking of the Force, like how I did that. Woo! Speaking of the Force, the Star Wars trailer dropped.
See, you messed it up. You messed it up.
Damn. Clean segue, messed up. The new Star Wars trailers dropped. The Last Jedi. Couple things happened with this. Hollywood Reporter has an interesting article about how they feel like it really delivered a rare moment of unity only because it happened during Monday Night Football. There's been all this sort of attention about Monday Night Football, but players and kneeling and people opposing and being for and against it. So the one thing that sort of unionized people is Star Wars. The trailer dropped. Everyone loves Star Wars. That's a little corny.
That's a bit far.
It's a bit of a reach.
It's definitely a reach.
But the better story, which I liked about this, more interesting, is how my director, is it Ryan Johnson who directed this one? I just messed this up. Yeah, how director Ryan Johnson came out and was like, basically kind of said, if you like to go in your movies clean, if you like to not know stuff, don't watch this trailer. I mean, he didn't directly. He kind of just said there might be some spoilers in the trailer. There might be some plot points in this trailer. So if you like to go in clean, don't watch the trailer. To which everyone freaked out. You're not supposed to do that. We're trying to sell the movie. But I'm not mad at them because I hate what these marketing departments do with trailers these days. Even Blade Runner trailer, they too much plot in the trailer.
But then you were also arguing a few months back that I think there was an alternative trailer for some movie that wasn't connected to the movie. It was like a different narrative. And you were like, I don't like that. I'd rather them stick to what happens in the movie. So my question to you is would you rather the marketing department give you just a tease that has nothing to do with the movie or give you what's in the movie?
I think that what I would like is I would like the marketing departments to stay out of this. No, seriously, because in most cases, especially in comedies and whatnot, look, they have one purpose: get people in the theaters.
Yeah.
So they don't care if they have to show every joke. If you're a comedy, they'll show every joke in the trailer if it's going to get you in the theater.
Yeah.
Because once they got you in the theater, you already got your money. Who
Exactly.
cares? So they will show all your jokes. They will show all your explosions.
Yeah.
They'll show all your action scenes in the trailer if they get you in the theater. However, there are some people who really understand that what this is about. People like J.J. Abrams, people like Christopher Nolan. You will never, ever see a frame of video from the third act of Christopher Nolan's movies in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's the rule that he has.
Right.
You can show you can show heavily in the first act, a little bit in the second act, but nothing from the third. If more filmmakers, not most filmmakers have that juice, the studio who gave you the money says, I'm going to market any way I want to. That's part of the thing.
Yeah.
But if you can just get to stick to that, especially for these event movies, take the I like the Game of Thrones previews. So the best one who did it was Mad Men. Mad Men at the end of every episode would give you next week on Mad Men and give you basically a bunch of out of sequence trailers that meant nothing. And it was great.
Well, I know for sure television they'll give you a promo that you won't see in the episode.
Yeah.
So why are you against them doing that for movies? If I give you a promo that you won't see anything in when you actually watch the movie.
I just feel like it's still disingenuous because and they've done that. I just watched it. Just did that. Oh, Baby Driver.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
I went to a screening and of Baby Driver last night. What do you call it? Panel. Screening a panel of Baby Driver with Edgar Wright and Cameron Crowe, and Cameron Crowe moderated it, and they were talking about how Edgar did that. He's like, there's so many scenes I shot with Kevin Spacey doing all these great monologues, but in the movie, it's silence because Baby is supposed to be listening to the music. So I use that great Kevin Spacey dialogue to sell the movie.
Right.
I thought that's clever. Yeah. So that kind of got me off of that. I agree.
Sure.
I think that's clever. But I don't want to see the whole movie in the damn trailer.
I don't either. I would rather them show me something that's different so that I could it's not spoiled for me when I actually go to the theater.
So that being said, what did you think?
I thought the trailer was fantastic.
Yep.
It looked crazy, the cinematography, the colors,
yeah,
the juxtapositions, the large exposition shots, showing the scale of everything. It was on point.
This is the less all these movies you hear all this chatter about, whether it's Han Solo and whether it's even the first one, even Rogue One. It was all this, you hear all this chatter, trouble. You haven't heard jack about this.
No, this is button up. This looks fresh, man.
All the actors are like, he knows what he's doing. This is great. Ryan is fantastic. I mean, Looper was on point. I feel like I feel like he's knocked this one out of the park. And in fact, I'm calling my shot early. There may be some Oscar. I think there's some Oscar buzz on this one.
That's too. You're going too far. You're going too far.
Too far. I'm not going too far because I'm telling you this right now. Cinematography looks amazing. I'm calling best cinematography nomination.
Too far, bro.
I'm calling best picture nomination. I'm calling best director nomination.
Man, will you
Mark,
stop
write it down.
Will you stop it?
No, this is the most controversial one I'm saying right now. I'm calling Oscar nomination for Mark Hamill performance. Bro. My man, he's in the trailer for like, I don't know, 10 seconds of dialogue. He's acting it up. He's really giving it to me. This is not going to go how you think. Oscar. Get it, Mark.
Good luck with that, bro.
Career Oscar. Gotta give it to him. All right. I'm calling it.
That's a bad call.
Yeah,
I will bet money right now.
Save this tape. I'm on record.
I'm going to chop this up and be like, Joe, remember you said this?
Run this back. I'm on record.
Star Wars not even nominated.
Another. Well, okay, put it on the board. Another trailer dropped during, it's in New York Comic Con, which we were at New York Comic Con. I didn't see this at New York Comic Con, but this was the trailer that came out of New York Comic Con, which I don't know how we missed that.
Right.
Because we were there. But the Justice League trailer came out. And now this is a lot talk about this because obviously Joss Whedon took over for Zack Snyder due to some really unfortunate circumstances with his daughter. But Joss Whedon came in and there's rumors that they may have reshot like 80% of this movie.
Yeah.
I know they reshot a lot of it, but the rumors are they may have reshot a ton of it. And he changed the color palette a little bit, to get out of the Zack Snyder darkness. They obviously pumped up more Wonder Woman because Joss Whedon is a huge Wonder Woman person, a la Buffy and everything else. And it works out because Wonder Woman happens to be very hot right now in more ways than one.
Exactly.
So more Wonder Woman, lighter. You see the trailer has a Joss Whedon one-liner sprinkled throughout.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm excited again.
I'm excited again too. I can't say I'm excited again. I've always been excited about this one. However, I feel like the trailer was dope.
Yep.
It looked great. Like the screen time in the trailer for all of the characters, fantastic. I don't know if I like how they tease Superman, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Well,
it looks dope.
They figured out a way to get him in the trailer because what they haven't done is
reestablished him as being alive.
Yeah, because all the promos are just the five of them. It doesn't have Superman. All the trailers. So you got to, he's second bill or first bill on the thing. Can't remember if him or Affleck get first billing, but he's in the movie.
Of
we
course.
just don't know how
exactly.
The death of Superman is going to go out. Well, I know this. Carl Weathers voice acting. That's interesting. Anyway, all right. I'm excited about this too. Second, we're almost out of here. Blade Runner 2049.
So you went to go see it, man. Run me the quick bars.
Instant classic to me. Beautifully shot. I'm calling best cinematography Oscar. Not even nomination. I'm calling Oscar winner Roger Deakins.
You just contradicted yourself.
No, Justice League will be no. I'm sorry. Last Jedi will be nominated.
Oh, okay, but it won't win.
It's not gonna win.
Okay,
it's gonna be nominated. Roger Deakins is gonna win. I'm telling you, this movie is beautiful. It's film noir on steroids because it has the shadows and the colors. And it is a slow, beautiful detective burn. It is an excellent compliment and bookend to the first Blade Runner, who didn't really get a bunch of stellar reviews when it came out, the first Blade Runner, and also didn't because it came off the heels of Raiders of the Lost Ark, so I guess people were expecting more Star Wars-y, and Return of the Jedi were both came out, and then Blade Runner came out, people were expecting more action, and it was more of a slow burn.
Right.
But it is definitely survived the test of time. Now people are like, Blade Runner is a fucking masterpiece.
Right.
I feel this is it's a great bookend. It's a fantastic movie. All the performances are great. That's all I gotta say.
I haven't gotten a chance to see it. I hope to see it this week. But man, like I've heard from obviously from you, good taste.
Yep.
But I've heard from other people too that this movie is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I really actually can't wait to see it again. I might try to see it again tonight, actually. I really can't wait to see it. And last but not least, Stranger Things is coming
Let's
on
go.
Halloween. Stranger Things Season 2. They just brought out Stranger Things the game, which is this really sort of 80s 8-bit aesthetic, like thing that dropped, which is cool too.
Yeah, they want to raise the prices on you before they drop Stranger Things, though, huh?
Yeah, they got to get that Stranger Things money. That wasn't cheap. But I mean, what's wrong with this? Nothing.
Nothing
right?
at all.
Yeah, I'm all in on Stranger Things. I'm all in.
So do you think that? I mean, I was just having this conversation outside. Obviously, season 1, you had no idea what the fuck you were watching. You just go like, "What is this Stranger Things?" You turn it on and you're like blown away. This is crazy. So do you think you'll have the same shock value for season 2?
No.
And will that you think that will affect how good it is?
I feel like it'll be. Yeah, I feel like there's some things in there that are tougher to pull off from the standpoint of, the whole nostalgia, the whole 80s. Now I see in the trailer they got the Ghostbusters thing, they got the full. I mean, I don't know how much money Netflix got, but they ran the full Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller, in the trailer. So they're spending money.
They make it $500 million a month domestically.
I mean, if they told you, the Duffer Brothers are like, we want to use Thriller in our trailer, like, go ahead. Like, that's it, Thriller. So anyway, yeah, they're definitely direct, like not even hitting you, not subtly. They're hitting you over the head with the 80s stuff and all the references. I think they'll just lean into it and we'll just love it more.
I hope it smashes. I hope it smashes, man. I don't want to be disappointed by this one because I really love Stranger Things season 1.
I will say this: if this smashes, what does this mean for the Duffer Brothers?
Man,
do they go on to make movies?
Yes, 100%.
Do they make more TV shows?
Both.
I mean, because they're really and do they just stick to this sort of 80s?
No, it's expansion.
Stephen King /
like
James
branded?
Carpenter. Yeah, they're gonna go Stephen King, James Carpenter, Steven Spielberg, Rob Zemeckis aesthetic.
I mean,
or
clearly
they're gonna do their own thing.
Clearly, that's their strong suit. But I think, man, if they smash season 2, they're gonna expand, man. They're gonna do some big shit, bigger shit rather.
Wow.
So
we'll see. That's it. That's all I got. Anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, that's all I got, brother.
Okay.
I'll just say that our Comic-Con experience was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we didn't do a Comic-Con yet. We were at New York Comic-Con over the weekend.
Yeah, man.
It
was pretty cool, man. Seeing all the cosplay and the creativity that goes into all of that, and obviously that is the place to be if you're into like popular culture, comics, and characters and all that good stuff. And yeah, we had a good time out there doing some productions, man.
Yep, we did. We had a great time doing some stuff. Saw some great things, great cosplay. Talked to some really great, important artists out there as well, and different experience than it is from San Diego. There's less. The studios aren't there as heavily, so less movies, less movies, less TV, just
and
more.
It's far more diverse. We saw a lot of people of color out in New York Comic Con.
Yep.
And that was really refreshing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Saw boobies of every shade.
Actually, we didn't. That's what San Diego
male
brings.
boobies.
We saw a lot of male Wonder Woman.
Yeah, a lot of male. Yeah, we did. We saw a lot of equal opportunity Wonder Woman out there. Anyway,
oh my gosh.
Thank you very much. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for listening. We'll see you next week. Keely, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Akili Shine, AKILISHINE. And where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at JOK Braswell, on Twitter at JOK Braswell. I almost forgot for a second. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.